savings rate versus rate of return on your investments, which one is more important? This is going to be a throwback to a post Brendan did after one of our annual canoe trips up to upstate New York, where he had an epiphany that the river was actually doing most of the work. So he wrote about, and applied that to the investing landscape and which is more important, saving money over time or your rate of return over time. He tried to answer the question of can your investments out earn a lack of savings? Maybe the thought process is if you throw some money into an investment account, you hit it big and you make a ton of money, you can, that can make up for, you don't have to save as much over time. Maybe that happens. The odds of it happening are pretty small. And really, what we're all about here are stacking the odds of success in your favor. And the way to do that, and the way that Brendan wrote about, and I'm going to show you here, is really to focus on your savings rate and not so much about your rate of return. So Brendan made a chart where he looked at different rates of return on the left. These are annualized rates of return on the left, and then amounts saved across the bottom, and the ending balance over 20 years. So on the bottom left, you can see a 4% rate of return with 3,600 saved annually, leaves you with about $107,200 after 20 years. So going to the other side of the chart here, an annual savings amount of $18,000 and an 8% annualized return over 20 years leaves you with $823,715. So, let's say your goal is to get to $500,000 saved. You can do that a couple different ways. If you save $10,800 per year and you earn $8,000 or 8% per year, that gets you pretty close to $500,000. Or if you save $18,000 per year, you don't even have to earn 4% in order to get that $500,000. So, couple different ways to get there. Obviously, the one thing that you can control is your savings rate. You want to make sure that, you have control over that. You want to make sure that you're maximizing those dollars. I know in the beginning, especially, it's hard to see, your contributions and it's hard to see that compound interest, but over 20, 30, 40-year time horizon, that compounding and those contributions are going to do the heavy lifting for you until you get to a certain point. And then the compound interest in your investments really starts to kick in, and you hopefully see some pretty big gains in your account. The same concept applies to, a different question that a lot of retirees face. Maybe they want to spend more than, recommended from their portfolio each year. And, they might think, well, won't the investments make up for it? We've done really well the last couple of years. Won't the investments make up for it? And it's like, I never took the money out in the first place. Maybe that's the case, but again, it's about stacking the odds in your favor. You especially don't want to ratchet up the risk in retirement and try to hit a home run on some investment, to make up for it for what you're spending from the account. We want to take a more balanced approach, especially if you're taking money out in retirement. Obviously the whole goal of saving the money and, working with a financial planner is to outline the best way for you to live the life you want and to, enjoy the money that you worked for and saved over time. But we want to, make sure that they're doing that with eyes wide open and knowing the different levers that we can pull if things need to be adjusted. So the same bears true whether you're, early on and accumulating or whether you're in the decumulating retirement phase of things. Early on, you want to worry about your savings rate. Later on, you want to worry about your spending rate. And banking on your investments to bail you out of either of those things, I don't know if that's such a good idea. So thanks, Brent, for the inspiration for this video. We'll link up to the original blog post so you can check it out. I think there was a picture from the canoe trip in there, so we'll link that up. And thanks, as always, for watching. We'll be back with you on the next one.